All right, let's talk about what many people are calling the next huge step for AI. We're going beyond AI that just creates things to AI that actually does things. It's a shift from being a co-pilot to becoming the autonomous pilot.
So, we've all seen this, right? You've probably done it yourself. You ask a tool like ChatGPT to plan a trip to Tokyo, and boom, it spits out this incredible detailed itinerary. Temples, restaurants, day trips. It's an amazing co-pilot for planning your life.
But here's the million-dollar question. It can plan the trip, but can it actually book it? Can it go out and reserve the hotel, purchase the plane tickets? Well, no. And that single question, that's the boundary line for the AI we know today, and it perfectly sets the stage for what's coming next.
Okay, so let's quickly dive into the AI that we're all getting used to. Generative AI. It's truly powerful, but to understand where we're going, you have to understand its fundamental design. Think of it as a brilliant, but ultimately passive co-pilot.
Here's the core idea. Generative AI is a creator. It's designed to wait for a human, that's you, to give it a prompt, a command, and then it reacts by making something new. An email, a picture, a song. It's always responding. It never takes the first step.
So, if you boil it down, generative AI is reactive. It creates content, and it always needs you to tell it what to do. The best way to think about it is like a brilliant mind with no hands. It has all these incredible ideas and plans, but it can't actually interact with the world to make them happen. And that empty column on the right? Well, that's where things get really interesting.
Now let's talk about an AI that does things. This is the big leap. We're moving from a content creator to a task executor. It's the difference between a co-pilot giving you suggestions and an autonomous pilot who can actually fly the plane. And here is the key word, proactive. With Agentic AI, you don't give it a bunch of small steps. You give it a big, complex goal. Something like, book me the cheapest trip to Tokyo for the first week of June. And then it just goes and figures it out. It makes its own decisions and takes its own actions to get that goal accomplished. And there you have it, the full picture. See how it all fills in? We go from reactive to proactive, from just creating content to actually executing tasks. And we're going from needing a human prompt for every little thing to autonomous goal-seeking. We're finally giving that brilliant mind a pair of hands to act in the world. This is the real evolution.
Okay, so how does this actually work? I mean, it sounds a little bit like magic, right? How does an AI go from writing text to suddenly being able to talk to an airline's booking website? Well, it's not magic. It's actually a really clever process. It all runs on something called the agentic loop. It's a continuous cycle. First, it plans. It takes your big goal and breaks it down into smaller, logical steps. Then, it acts. It uses a set of tools to start checking off those steps. And then, crucially, it learns. It looks at the results. Did that booking fail? Was that flight sold out? It takes that feedback and adapts its plan on the fly. Now that act part, that's where the toolkit comes in. These are the agent's hands. It can search the web for live data, run little bits of code to analyze things, and most importantly, it can use something called APIs. Think of an API as a way for different computer programs to talk to each other. That's how it can connect directly to a booking system and command it. It can even hand off a task to another, more specialized agent.
And of course, to be useful, an agent needs a memory, just like a human assistant. It has short-term memory to keep track of the conversation you're having right now, the details of the trip we're booking, but it also has long-term memory, a knowledge base that remembers your preferences from all your past chats. Things like you always want an aisle seat, or you prefer hotels with a gym. That's how it gets truly personal.
Now, you might be thinking this is all just theory, something that's years away, but it's not. It's still early days, for sure. But these agentic systems are already being rolled out and are making a real impact in some pretty major industries.
You can already see the impact. I mean, in finance, you have agents that can watch market data 24/7 and execute trades automatically. In customer service, we're moving past those annoying chatbots to agents that can actually understand your problem, pull up your account, and process a refund on the spot. In logistics, they're rerouting delivery trucks in real time based on live traffic. These are complex jobs that are starting to be automated.
But, and you knew there was a but coming, getting these things to work in the real world is really, really hard. It's not as simple as just installing a new piece of software. It's a massive challenge to get it right and actually get value out of it.
This quote from McKinsey just absolutely nails it. You don't just deploy an agent, you have to onboard it. You have to train it, you have to test it, you have to evaluate its performance, and you have to learn to trust it. just like you would with a new person on your team. It's a totally different mindset.
So for those trying to get this right, the first big lesson is to focus on the whole workflow, not just one little task. You get a tiny bit of value by automating one step, but you get a massive breakthrough when you rethink the entire process from the ground up, with agents and humans working together in a brand new way.
Second, and this is so critical, you have to invest big time in evaluation. If you don't constantly test these agents, they can start producing wrong or low-quality results. Some people are calling it AI slop. And once that happens, people lose trust and the whole system becomes worthless. Constant evaluation is absolutely non-negotiable.
And third, it is so important to remember that humans are still the key. This is not about replacing people. It's about creating a human AI team. People are needed for oversight, for handling all the weird, unexpected problems, and for making the final judgment calls. It's about letting each side do what it does best.
And that really brings us to the final, big question. As AI makes this jump from a co-pilot we direct to an autonomous pilot we delegate to, our own roles have to change too. Being in the driver's seat won't be about doing the work anymore. It'll be about being an incredible manager of these new, super capable digital team members. The very definition of being in charge is changing right before our eyes. Thanks for watching.